Sometimes we find ourselves reacting quickly and suddenly without thinking to a situation, kind of irrationally. And then a few moments later, we realize that, oops, that was the wrong thing to do. So here's what happens under the hood when we're in those situations. So every single time we're reacting to the world around us, we're responding to the inputs, to something happening to us, two signals get sent through your brain. There's a short signal and a long, slower signal. The short signal goes from whatever you're seeing, goes straight to the emotional mind, to something called the amygdala. We'll just call it the stress tap. It's in the emotional, negative, irrational, subconscious part of the brain. So the short signal goes straight there, turns the stress tap on without thinking. The second signal takes a little bit longer, and it goes all the way through your filing cabinet, checking everything you know about the situation, and ends up at exactly the same place, the amygdala, the stress tap. And when it gets there, it'll look at the stress tap, and if it's on and it should be on, it'll leave it to run. If it's on and it shouldn't be, it'll turn it off. So just know we have these two signals. We've got a short and a long. The short is twice as fast as the long for survival reasons. It gets there first. Now, the reason why this is important, because we'll always react first, think later. We always do that. But where it's important is when your stress bucket is full, when you have a lot of adrenaline and cortisol in the body, you will be dominant in the emotional, irrational, negative part of the brain. And then it'll be harder to turn that stress tap off. But when you're nice and relaxed, when you've got the right amount of adrenaline and cortisol in the body, the slow signal gets priority because it's dominant. So you're always going to be reacting first, thinking later. But when you're stressed, it's just a little bit harder to turn that tap off if it needs to. When you're nice and relaxed, dominant here, it's easier to turn that tap off. So I'm Jake, helping people turn their stress taps off. I can be found at stressedexecutive.com, where I help people to address the stress to unwind the mind.